All right, PSA for anyone who has one of these older generation Starlink dishes. I just got an email from Starlink that said if I don't plug this in by November 17th and allow it to update, essentially it's going to be bricked. So I had to take my original Gen 1 Starlink out of my attic storage and drag it down here so that we can plug it in and get it updated, because even though I don't use this thing anymore, I also don't want it to be completely useless. All right, just plugged it in. Hopefully this thing still works. It should at some point lift up and start orienting itself with the sky here. Hey, there it goes. Look at that. It has been literally years since I plugged this dish in, but it's amazing also how far we've come since this original generation dish. In fact, let me grab my Starlink Mini. I'll show you what I mean. All right, so here's the Starlink Mini. You can see in comparison to this original dish, it's quite a difference. Like, just look at the size difference there. What they used to have and what they have now. Now, granted, the full-size residential dish is bigger than this, but this thing has been great on trips and whatnot. It's more internet than I've typically needed, you know, when I'm out camping or on the road. Okay, so I was able to connect to the SSID, and now looking at this Starlink dish in the app, it says that it's offline. There's a network issue, but it does say update required. You may experience degraded performance until your Starlink automatically downloads the latest software. So let's see what it says when I say learn more. Your Starlink software is out of date. You may experience degraded performance until your Starlink downloads the latest software. Your Starlink will download the latest software within the next 24 hours. If it finishes before 3 a.m., your Starlink will reboot automatically to apply this update. You can also immediately update from the app when the download completes. All right, so I suppose that means I just need to let this sit and not worry about it, so I will check again in the morning. All right, so back the next day, and this dish has been fully updated. It actually did not take that long. I checked on it like an hour or so after I filmed that last portion of the video, and it had already updated successfully. So now, instead of seeing that update notification in the app, I am seeing service inactive, and at this point, I can either reactivate service or I can put it into standby mode for $5 a month. But instead, I'm just gonna pack this back up and put it back in the box. But it got me thinking, like, what is the secondary market for Gen 1 Starlink dishes? Is this thing actually worth anything? And if so, like, what do you think I could get for this?